Hello, Facebook. We are coming to you live today on this beautiful Saturday. We'll give a little bit of time to let some people join. It's been another beautiful week. We are always so happy to be back with you. Hi, Christian. Coming to you live from Rythmia Life Advancement Center in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. It's been another gorgeous week. It's some beautiful windy weather. Hi, Zen. We are so happy to see everyone joining. You guys, welcome. Welcome to Facebook Live. My name is Lindsay, and today I have the privilege of actually speaking with Lindsay. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's been another beautiful week here. We had another really beautiful big group, and as some of them start to check out, we see a lot of happy people leaving and a lot of happy people checking in, and so it's always so exciting. Hi, you guys. If you're joining, please tell us where you're joining from. If you've been here before, welcome back. So, hi, Zen. Lauren says, Lindsay, hi. Yeah, so nice to see everyone. Yeah. If you guys have any questions for us, please feel free to ask. We will be looking through this at the end. So yeah, so welcome back. So yeah, we're here to talk about Lindsay's miracles. So Lindsay, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan in Kalamazoo, and I have a beautiful, amazing husband named Chris, and I have two boys, 12 and 16.
And your husband's also been here before.
Yes, he was here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So,
Graham Hancock.
Yeah, that was a really nice week.
Yes, it was great.
Yes, we have different guest speakers every week. If you guys are just joining us for the first time, you can call this number above us to book your trip, or go on to the Rythmia website and find out more about our guest speakers, and come on down to the place where it's a lot warmer than it is a lot of places.
An ice storm in Michigan right now.
Yeah. So it's been a pleasure having you again. You were here once before.
Yes, in May.
Back in May,
yes.
So not too long ago.
No, not too long ago.
Yeah, so, and you had some beautiful miracles happen when you were here that week.
I did. That was an amazing, it was an amazing week, yes. Yeah. A lot of great things happened.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us a little bit about maybe the most profound thing
that
happened?
So really all week, so many amazing things happened, so many realizations and understandings about my life. But the main thing that happened was 10 years ago, I've had different health issues my whole life, and 10 years ago I had cancer. It's stage 4 lymphoma, and it was in my bones. It was pretty terrible. So I was on chemo for a little over a year, and I just kind of accepted my declining health over my life the way it was, and that cancer did go away, but early in 2019, I thought it was coming back. I was pretty sure. By the time I got to Rythmia in May, I had a tumor in my chest that was growing again, and I had a hard time swallowing food, and a lot of the same symptoms that were there before came back. So I just kind of knew it was happening, so I decided to book here, and because I wasn't going to do chemo ever again, I just couldn't do it to my body. And I got here just in hopes. I had read a book by Anita Morjani with the same cancer, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. I have nothing to lose. And I came here and went through. It was a long week. But it was an amazing week. And I guess the most amazing miracle was that one night I was this tumor. I was really able to discover what was really making me sick, and it was myself. It was 100% myself. My thoughts, my story about my life had become sickness. It was just always about being sick. And at the end of this long, it was a hard week, a lot of hard work and a lot of personal work, but I left here, and I woke up one morning after ceremony, and not morning, who knows what time it was. We come out of ceremony, and I knew she was working on it the entire time. She was in, I was drinking, and I woke up, and I knew my tumor was gone. I could swallow. I felt different, and I kind of had a breakdown because I was like, this can't be, and then I went home, and about 2 months later, I had blood work done, and any issue I had was gone. And I haven't had an issue with that since.
How amazing. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was beyond amazing.
So you go home, you go to the doctors, and that must have just been to have it reaffirmed. Like,
yeah, I hadn't gone prior because I didn't want them to tell me next step is chemo. So I just knew it was just something I kind of made a decision for myself. I looked into the Gerson Clinic. I looked into all of these other things, but I felt this is the place. This is
you made the right choice.
I did.
Yeah. So after that, you go home for a few months, go to the doctor, get blood work. They say that it's gone or that you're clear, and then you decide to come back.
Yes. So it was actually, so I had so many gifts given to me when I was here in May, and I felt different. My relationships have been different since I've been home. So much has been different. But one thing that was not, with this sickness came a pretty bad addiction. Just being sick for so long, addiction to a lot of things, drama, it doesn't matter, all of it. But I remember leaving here and realizing that hadn't gone. It wasn't gone. And I remember feeling devastated. But at the same time, I also remembered, I started looking back at the workbook you guys give us, and it says, about intentions and all of these things and what we want to bring here and leave and what we want to take with us. And I realized I hadn't even acknowledged my addiction on the sheets. I hadn't said it out loud. I didn't work on it at all. I didn't ask for help with it. And I went home and I still had it. So that was really hard for me at first. But the more I started to realize that it's just more work I need to do, I really felt like the first time I came here, she gave me what I could handle. And that was, I needed to see how I got there before I could fix it all. So I was able to book different people, and I was, thankfully I'm back here for free.
That's amazing. And sometimes, like, you come for the first time, I always say, she knows how many times you're going to drink. So she knew you were coming back. So she gave you what you needed for the first time. And when we really come to the truth of who we are and put that as something we really want to get rid of, or we really want to face, then we're ready to do it. But until we can acknowledge really who we've become, in all aspects.
That's the thing, in all aspects. This time, Show Me Who I Become wasn't ugly. It was this week was a little bit different for me. I don't want to say ugly. It just showed me who I become, what addiction makes you do to the people you love, and more importantly, what I've taken away is to myself. Just the things that we do to ourselves so unnecessarily, and with a lot of love and support this week and hard work, I'm very confident I do not have this problem anymore.
Yeah, and you did such great work.
Thank you.
So you got here on Sunday of last week, and then you went into the breath work.
Yes.
And how was the breath work for this time compared to last time?
The breath work was easier this time. And we actually, since my husband got home 2 weeks ago too, we use it a lot with our kids. And it's funny because you drop right back in almost to your ayahuasca experience. You can. It's like it takes you right back there. Just the stillness, the breathing. It's pretty amazing.
And that's another thing that you can take back into your life too. One is the meditation.
Yes.
Is to go back into meditation. And that's something so beautiful that you can teach your children, is just to be still and to be silent and be with themselves. Yes. And so the breath work was powerful.
Breath work.
You get to have another breath work tonight.
As always, yes. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, kind of close up the week.
It does. It really, it does. It rounds everything out. Sometimes you leave ceremony with a little bit of confusion, and the breath work somehow it clears everything out.
It like closes it up full circle.
Yeah.
And so Monday night was Shaman Christian.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful way to start.
It was a beautiful, yes, it was.
Yeah. And so how was Monday night for you? Because you'd been here before, did you have expectations?
Yes.
And
which was my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did have expectations, but every Monday night, even the really difficult parts to see, it was beautiful. I mean, I come out of it, and just like last time, I was so thankful and happy for what I was shown and the guidance I'm given. But yes, I felt great Monday night.
And then Monday night, you felt great, and then we go into Tuesday. How were you feeling during the day on Tuesday?
During the day, I had a lot of energy. I was definitely excited to go in and see some more. And I didn't have, I was pretty excited. I mean, it's still, even though it was a different intention that I was working on this week, it was similar to the first experience. I woke up ready to see more. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted to know more.
Just go for it.
I did.
And then Tuesday ceremony. Tuesday was Shaman Brad,
Yes.
which is another great night.
Mm-hmm.
And how was that for you?
So that was amazing for me because I've already done the first, the intentions, and I did them again, but it was so different because this time I was able to see different aspects of my soul, past lives, different, the way that we all come together for a reason, why some of the people are in my life that are, and just, so it was a beautiful night. It was the best. Yeah. I just woke up feeling like, everything is so perfect, I guess.
It really is.
Yeah.
Even the
crazy.
The sicknesses, the crazy, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's
Absolutely.
all divinely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brought us to this very moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Wednesday, ladies' night, the night of the divine
Yes.
feminine with Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, just like last time, was my favorite. It was the most amazing. The energy is just so loving and so gentle, and the music is so beautiful. And by this day of the week, you're so close with everybody here, and there's so much love and support. And it just, on Wednesday, you start to feel it from not only the healers and the shamans, it's everybody else. It's like, during ceremony, we can literally feel
all the
cheering each
vibration.
other on.
Yeah,
Yes.
the vibration of everyone starts to rise, and so we're vibing on the same frequency.
Yes, and it's amazing. There's no feeling like it. There's no feeling like it.
It really is amazing how you guys all come together as strangers, and then by the end of the week, like brothers and sisters.
Yeah. I mean, we're devastated to leave each other. No. And it was the same way last time. And
you can always do a yearly tune.
And how often can you make 90 to 100 brand new friends in your adult life? You know what I mean? It was great.
And with everybody here for the same reason.
Yes.
Healing.
Exactly.
The reason.
Exactly. Nothing else. Healing.
Yeah, so Wednesday night is always so beautiful. The live music and having the divine feminine aspect of it. Yes. And then we go into Thursday. Mm-hmm. Yahe.
Yes, Yahe.
With Leo.
Yes, and I was able to, we were served by him last time I was here, so I was so excited to see him again because he is just a wealth of information and beauty, and his voice is magical. And so this was the hardest night for me. It definitely was hard, but it was only hard because it was like the final. It was very clear to me when I went into ceremony. This was kind of the final step. If you want to get rid of this, let's do this work. Yeah. And it was challenging through some of the night, but the longer we went in and the more I drank, I just was ready. I just wanted these problems to go on. I just wanted, to change so badly that.
And you did.
I did. Again, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So just going for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
One important thing I realized is I kind of struggled through the first part of the ceremony, and I finally, one of the beautiful female healers comes to me and just really started asking me, what was going on? What are you here to heal? And she asked me if it was an illness, and I just automatically, like I always have, said yes. And then I realized I was confused, and I realized, I'm sorry, I'm confused. It's not that, it's an addiction. And she said, okay, that makes sense. And she just said, is it alcohol? And I said no. And then I all of a sudden just blurted out what it was. And I realized every moment I did that it was the only way. And it was the only way I was going to fix it. And it was also the reason that I couldn't before. Truth. Just not being honest.
To live in your truth.
Yeah.
And you can handle anything.
Yes.
You're strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to see your transformation. Your eyes even look different.
I know, I did. I got here at the beginning of the week, and I just, I was worried, and I would get nerves. I was even here before, and I still was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And, but yesterday, all day, I was crying, and it probably looked like I was devastated and sad. I just was so grateful that once again, I have another chance and that I did it myself.
You showed up for
Yeah,
you.
I did.
And that's so beautiful.
And I'll continue to.
Yeah. So I have another question for you. So if there's somebody watching that has an addiction, what advice would you have for them for coming here, just to making the choice?
The first thing I would say is to make sure that you're honest with people at home so you have support when you go home, because going home, having support is important, and they can't help you if they don't know.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's important you make the commitment, but you start to take care of that addiction as much as you can before you come. Whether you journal about it or you have a friend that you talk to about it or a doctor, whatever, just, you know, that you realize it's a problem first. And I say just book and come, because I have struggled with this for so long, and I can't believe I've done that. I can't believe I put myself through that, you know.
And as you mentioned when you were here the first time, that you didn't even write down that was something that you wanted to get rid of.
I really, when I first came here, thought, I didn't understand intention as much, and I thought that I was going to drink this medicine and she was just going to take it all, you know. But you have to participate, and you have to want it.
You have to really want to let it go.
You have to want it. And if you don't really want it, and you realize at home you're still creating little prisons to hold a lie, it won't work. It won't work.
Absolutely. That's so beautiful. Yeah, because you know, we have different people that come here for different reasons every week, and you know, just really going for it and knowing that this week you're here for you, and this is your one chance while you're here. Drink the medicine, show up, go to all of the classes, even the yoga, meditation, breath work, go listen to the guest speakers, and really show up for you.
Yeah.
So all of it is created to benefit.
Yeah, and the whole thing is everything. It's just the classes. There's so much support. There's so much guidance, and like all the way out the door. You know.
And even going to plan integration and sharing and hearing everyone else's stories, I feel like that each and every one of them move us in some way, even though it might not be our path, but it relates to either someone that we know or us personally.
It also lets us have more compassion for others. We just don't understand what others are going through, and you know, it just really helps to have compassion. You don't need to know another person's story. You know, you just need to love them, have compassion, and so the sharing helps with that too a lot.
And just so grateful that all of these people are choosing to do this healing. I mean, this is just coming out, you know, out of the jungles and into the world.
Yes.
And how beautiful to be like at the forefront, a pioneer of it.
It's amazing to watch. It's exciting, and it's crazy. It's amazing. I'm just grateful. I'm turning 40 next week, and this will be a part of my life. Thank you. This will be a part of my life always.
Well, one of my favorite things that Christian always says is the universe rewards bravery. So you are going to be so rewarded for showing up and doing this hard but really worth it work.
Absolutely.
Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it.
Yeah. And nothing like this. Our struggles aren't easy.
Right. So it's like you can have years and years of hardships at work or at home or whatever we create for ourselves, or we could come here and, you know, really face it and do the medicine for a few hours, you know, 4 nights a week, and have 1 week of a giant ceremony and go home like you've been in 10 years of therapy.
Yeah, and I can't wait to go home. I know this problem is gone. My body literally feels different. I feel lighter. I feel like I have room in me.
So what besides meditation are you going to take back into your life from this week?
Definitely the breath work. It's a commitment we kind of made in our house 2 weeks before I came. I wasn't so on board, but I'm going when I go home. And the way I talk to myself, to be honest, that's a big thing. And just finding quiet space every day where I can, you know, pull myself together so I can handle, because the challenges still come. We still have kids and we have a business, and every day a new chaos can erupt. My son broke his arm yesterday and I'm here, you know, but it's just, you know, having the skills to cope, just remembering to not react, I guess.
Yeah.
So the choice of my words, reacting, how I care for myself, and
breathe and relax.
Yes.
What we always say in ceremony.
We say it to our kids too, just relax, and here we're like losing it, you know? So yeah, I'm going to take care of myself when I go home.
Yeah, and taking care of ourselves, it reflects in everything else. And when we really put ourselves first, then we can take care of others and give to others so much, with so much more.
And also being with our friends, like really getting, you come here and you get such a sense of community that we don't get anymore in our lives. We just don't, not like this. And it makes me want to reach out to my beautiful friends, see them more. It's important. We aren't meant to do this alone.
Yeah,
we're not.
A community is so important. I think that's one of the things that is so beautiful about coming to Rythmia, which you mentioned before, but it's a family community aspect. And speaking of families, we have so many families come here every week. Some people choose to come apart. Some parents come and send their kids later. Some moms bring their kids or dads.
My son already is planning on 18 coming here. He's so excited. He's just seeing the change. He's seeing us just become happy.
And what a beautiful way to start, going 18, 19.
If you can navigate your life this way, I can't even imagine had I known about this amazing medicine when I was 18.
Well, it's all perfect.
Yeah.
And you're here now, which is the most important
I'll be back.
part. Yeah. So I know we'll see you again.
Yes.
So, well, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for all of your work.
Yes. We can't wait to see you again. So,
And you will.
Come back anytime. Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, to you guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We will be doing I Got My Miracle next Saturday, 2 o'clock. So please join us. And let's actually see. Hi from Australia. Hi, Shelley. From Ireland. Hi, Gabriel. So many people. See you in 5 weeks. Perfect. So many people are saying they're so proud of you. Oh, hi, Jamie. Yeah. Lauren, she must be your good friend.
Yes, she is my dear friend.
Yeah. What
does
blue zone mean? So I believe that there are 5 blue zones in the world, and there's one really close to where Rythmia is located. And it is one of the locations where people live the longest in the world.
Yes.
So so you can always check that out, or come here and see the vibration in the air. You'll just feel different. So so many beautiful people. Namaste. Some people from Dallas. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Lindsay, thanks again so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked me.